Mecole, I don't imagine you're flashing your 3 rings around here, but how do you think your experience in those big games can maybe help some of the younger guys in this building?
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know I was gonna be the oldest in the receiver room. I'm getting old, man. Year 7 is getting crazy. But I think just being able to get there and the work that was put in to get there. I think just being able to relay that to the guys, and especially when times get hard, or you're not feeling so well, or you're hurting or whatever. Just kind of being able to have that experience and let them know, like, hey, you know, it's this part of it. This where things happen. This where you build that, and this is gonna get better in the long run. And if it's hard now, it's easier later on. So just be able to have that experience and actually have gotten to the end game and having to win it. I think that goes a long way, especially for the younger guys to see that. And I'm glad I can give that experience to them and let them know like what it took and what it's going to take.
Year 7, and you've talked about biggest stages. You've had that as a receiver too. What do you feel like at this point you can give it offense? The return game's always going to be part of you, right? But from a receiver offense standpoint, what do you think you bring there?
I think versatility. I can play all 3 positions. X, Z, F slot. I think just from that standpoint, I can do a lot. I bring the speed to the offense as well, whether it's the gadget plays or you need the deep balls down the field. And I think I got the string game, yak. I think I do bring it into my game. I've showed that over the years that once you get the ball in my hands, I can make things happen. So just on my end, I just try to get better at the little things. The route running, the releases, the catching in the traffic and stuff like that. And I think this offense, it grooms you to be able to be better at those type of things. And with the offense, there's so many things that they can involve me in and to get the ball in my hands. So I think I bring a lot when it comes to offensively. But that just comes with getting the playbook down, and the more I can get familiar with the playbook, the more that I can do things on offense.
How motivated are you to show that you can do that? You're not just a return guy, right? You've done this on the biggest stage as receiving. That is still a part of your game.
Yeah, I think it's kind of get lost in there. But I'm definitely motivated to show a different side of things, and playing certain amount of plays on the as a receiver, and making those contested catches, or those different kind of routes that I haven't been running in the past. So I'm definitely motivated. But at the end of the day, it's like just being doing your role the best you can. So whatever role that is, and I'm trying to do it the best of my abilities.
You mentioned Jordan briefly, but what has impressed you even more so, just being able to work with him and just kind of building that relationship?
Oh yeah, Jordan. He's an awesome guy, on and off the field. I think he's one of those guys that's going to, be one of the best quarterbacks in the league for time to come. I think he showed that with his work ethic. He's willing to work. He's willing to get better. So just be out there to see him make some of the throws he make, and his control of the offense. And I think he get better every day. And as players, we learn different things. And I think that he's taking that next step. Just from outside looking in and not actually being on the same team with him. I think he's taking that role of being that leader and leading this team to the best of his ability.
Also returned kicks quite a bit. When the Packers were looking at you, did they indicate that was something they wanted to see from you as well? Maybe give you opportunity on special teams as well?
Yeah, that's definitely always part of my game. I think returning is a unique skill. I've been lucky enough to be able to return in some of the biggest stages and some of the biggest games. So I think when it comes to that, I love that part of it, and I'm open to everything. Kickoff return, punt return. If that's something that that they would love me to be a part of, I'd love to be a part of as well. And I'm coming here with that mindset of trying to actually do that on special teams, as well as trying to carve out a role in the receiving room as well. So the more you can do, the better, right? So that's kind of what my mindset is, and I'm trying to do everything they need out of me. So.